Hi everyone, I am Sissel and today I am going to talk to you about one of the most interesting empires, at least for me, and that is the Austro-Hungarian Empire. All you folks probably know that it doesn't exist anymore, but let me tell you a few plans about how the Austria-Hungary could have been reorganized and reshaped. United States of Austria. Firstly, my favorite solution is to make Austria into a federation where all minorities have their own state. Austria and Hungary's borders would be reshaped by ethnicity, and it could resolve ethnic and nationalist tensions which were a problem almost everywhere in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The biggest opponents were the nobility from Hungarian part of the empire, which did not want to have its lands redistributed. This proposal was created by Oral Popovacy, which created this map on direct order from Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria. It was speculated that the Black Hand organization which had the Archduke killed did it because they were worried that this solution could solve national tension between South Slavs and that there would not be a possibility of united South Slavic land. If that would fix the Austria-Hungary is impossible to say, but it is at least interesting to think about. But now let's move on to another proposal. Trialism in Austria-Hungary. This proposal was almost realized thanks to Charles I of Austria, the last Austro-Hungarian emperor, who tried to make this proposal happen but unsuccessfully. This plan had many supporters from the Habsburg family like the Archduke Leopold Salvato, and it was supported even by the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, who saw it as a way to move to his plan that we mentioned before. The plan was that the Third Kingdom should be either Croatian or Bohemian. The most common idea was for Croatia to become the Third Kingdom, as the Czechs were more integrated into Austria than the Croats. Throughout the First World War, Croatian delegations tried to achieve trialism, but although they had the support of Emperor Charles I, they were always rejected and vetoed by the Hungarian side, which wanted to preserve the integrity of the Hungarian crown. Afterwards, the Austro-Hungarian Empire was dissolved. It was the year 1918. But let's move on something a little bit crazier. Greater Austria. This next proposal has a lot of names like the 70 million Empire or Greater Austria. The plan was to connect the whole of Austria-Hungary to the German Confederation. This was a plan of the Austrian head of government Felix zu Schwarzenberg, and his trade minister Karl Ludwig von Bruck went in a similar direction. It was rejected by Prussia because of their attempt in 1849 to 1850 to establish a more conservative federal state, so-called Erfurt Union. This union would have united either most of the non-Austrian German states or most of them. And Austria wanted something similar, but, in the end, neither Prussia nor Austria was able to push through their plans. The middle states such as Bavaria and Hanover were afraid of a federal state without Austria, in which Prussia would have been the dominant power, but equally afraid of Greater Austria. But let's say that Austria would go on with their plan. First and foremost, it is very likely that it wouldn't change practically anything, just make other German states worry about Austria a bit more and German Confederation would stop existing, as it was in our timeline. But let's say that the Habsburgs go from confederation to federation, thanks to their bigger grip over German states, and even that they would unite all of southern German states or even the whole German Confederation. If this happened, they would become a giant state that would be a hegemon in whole Europe. This country would split Europe into two parts, through which land trade would be possible only through this massive empire. This empire would be massively German-dominated. Even through this empire would not be stable thanks to Protestant South and mainly Prussia, which would either be in this and try to take over the empire or at least German parts, or they would be one of the biggest opponents of the empire and try to make alliance with great powers to break up this massive empire. With how massive it would be, it would not be unthinkable to think that they maybe carve up with other great powers that would find this empire terrifying. So, in the end they would be probably reshaped again in the shape similar to our timeline. But I must say this is a very unlikely scenario because even though this proposal would help Austria get better hold of the German Confederation, it did not make any difference, most likely about Austria's military decline and Prussia military rise. We would need Austria to mainly focuses on German unification and not on Italy's holdings or Balkan theatre. Disappointing, I would say. But if you want me to make a video about what if everything was perfect for Austria Empire, like or comment on this video, and if you would like to see my videos at upload, please subscribe.